What is up, everyone? This is Thomas Minert. I am an agent with Remax Precision. I am doing something kind of weird today. I'm doing what I'm calling stuck on stream. And the idea is here, I'm going to take you kind of behind the curtain on what I have access to. And we're just going to look at homes online and we're going to see what's on the market, um, and see what we can find, possibly a deal. And the idea is I am stuck here until you find a home you're interested in touring, or I find someone that's open to scheduling a buyer consultation because man, there's a lot of good homes on market and I need to start getting into this. Or I am here until my wife tells me to get offline and log off. So we're going to see which one of those happens first. I'm going to really quickly. I got one thing I need to text back really quick. So I'm going to go on mute and I'm going to do my job. All right, we're back. Let's let's look at some homes. So here's what I did. I'm going to share this. Cool. This is what I have on Matrix, and I'm going to do what I like to call deal hunting. So I have this set up for single family residences. We're trying not to look at homes that have crawl spaces, or are on slab. I want to find some homes that have basements, right? So, and then I'm looking for homes that have some sort of garage that's bigger than two cars attached. And we're looking for homes. We're deal hunting here. So we're looking for homes that more than likely have sellers that are willing to make a deal. So we're looking at homes that have been on market 42 days or longer. Why did I do 42 days? For the search radius I set up, the median days on market for homes that sold was 42 days. So we're looking for ones that are above median. And then for price, we're looking for homes that are priced under 390. We're looking for homes that have more than 3 bedrooms, more than 2 total baths. Let's check. All right, no comments yet. I do see some people watching though, so don't be afraid to comment if you got any questions. More than 2 baths. And then did I do? Yep. Price per square foot is going to be under 244. That was the median for homes that sold in the radius I set up. The radius I set up is I'm looking for homes that are within a 30-minute drive of downtown Des Moines, right? So we're looking at homes in the Des Moines area, under 390, more than 3 bedrooms, more than 2 bathrooms, single family homes, and we're looking for homes that actually have basements. I think there was one thing I forgot to add to this search. Yeah, there we go. Let's add. We're looking for homes that are newer than 1978. All right. Let's see the results here. I'm going to go here and I'm going to sort it by price, and we're just going to start at the lowest one here. All right, we got 105 Southwest Meadowlark Court in Ankeny. List price per square foot is $155. That's a pretty good number. I'm just constantly checking in to see if we have any comments. Listed at $260. Single family home, cement board siding, 2-story house. Let's see. This is listed by Samantha Hartley and Justin Marshall from RERAC's results. Yearly taxes are $490. Let's see exactly where this is location-wise. This is in Ankeny. This is right by First and Urbandale Drive. It's like 2 houses off of First Street on Southwest Meadowlark. This doesn't back up to anything weird. You're completely surrounded by residential. Let's look at some photos here. Okay. It's got cement board siding, but the cement board looks like it's in really rough shape. Cement board is pretty easy to repair, though. Deck, shed are looking a little beat up. Looks like it used to have a pool, but it got torn out. You got a big living room that opens up into the kitchen. Kitchen cabinets look like they've been painted. We've got a synthetic countertop here, but I love the open space. The wood flooring looks a little rough, but flooring is fairly cheap to replace. Appliances look like they're in good shape. This is at $260, which is a pretty good price for Ankeny right now. That, I'm assuming, this is the master bedroom. It's a decent sized master bedroom. Looks like it opens up to the front of the house. I don't know. Some people have preferences as far as they want the master bedroom to actually be in the back of the house. So that is something to keep in mind too. I'm always checking comments, checking to make sure I don't get any comments. This is the ensuite closet. This is the ensuite bathroom. Guys, I'm thinking this is one you could get into. That's a decent sized second bedroom too. This is one I'm hoping you're talking about a little bit of cosmetic work, and this could be a really good fit for someone. How many square feet is this? This has 1678 square feet between the first and second floor, 225 finished in the basement, but the basement is 818 square feet. So you could probably finish more of the basement. Let's see. Okay. All right. Home is being sold as is. So that would mean that you can do an inspection, but you can't make any inspection requests. But I'm going to go ahead and guess. Let me look at something really quick here. I want to give you guys an idea of what this could be worth fixed up, because this is a sweat opportunity, sweat equity opportunity. I think with a little bit of cosmetic work, this house could be worth $290. Maybe a little bit more than that, depending on how well you do the cosmetic work. So I think there's some potential of that one for sure. Let's see what else pops up. All right, we're in West Des Moines, 724 Knowles Court. We've got vinyl siding on this, but I'm just looking at the pictures right away. Phone's blowing up, friends. Phone's blowing up. One sec. All right, one sec. Let me check something. I gotta make sure I'm seeing all the comments. That's what I'm concerned about. Oh yeah, let's go back. Let's go back. We got a good comment from Jared Nicolaisen on Meadowlark Court because the photos didn't really do this justice. That garage is attached, which is a big plus as well. And he commented as well. I wish I could share this comment. He commented as well that this would be a prime one for a renovation loan. So what you would do there is there's all sorts of different renovation loan products, but the loan you would get would cover not only your purchase, but it would give you a budget towards getting the home renovated as well. Probably first looking at that siding, and then if you have a little bit extra money, you could do some cosmetic work and stuff like that. And like I said, there's some equity to be built there. I think that home could be worth in the 290s and stuff like that too. So definitely some good points from Jared Nicolaisen. Let's go back to 724 Knowles Court. This is listed at 272.4. This is listed by Ingrid Williams and Samantha Sherman at Remax Concepts. Let's see here. This one is open to all types of loans, so cash, conventional, FHA, VA. That is normally a good sign because that means that they think it can pass an FHA, VA inspection. So that is normally a really, really good sign. The yard is kind of small. We're looking at 0.1290. And we've got 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. We got a finished basement. Basement 500 square feet is finished. Between the first and second, this is a 1.5 story. Cool. This is 1431 square footage finished. Let's look at some pictures and just see what we see. Oh, look at that staircase. Cool. They've got some newer vinyl flooring, it looks like, in here. Big open living room with a fireplace. Opens up to the back slider there. Okay, white kitchen, white cabinets. Cabinets look like they're good save. This looks like it's some sort of synthetic quartz or might actually be quartz. Stainless steel appliances, which is always a good sign. Cool, cool. And then that is like the second living room area. This is the upstairs, so that staircase comes up to like a little landing / another living area, seating area, reading nook, whatever you want to turn that into. And then this is the bedroom that's up there. Decent sized bedroom. That's a bathroom, I'm assuming, that's attached to it. Okay. Not bad. This is another bathroom. Closet. This is the basement. They got a sump pump installed. Cool. Basement looks pretty clean. They got epoxy on the basement floor. I'm not seeing any. From that part of that foundation wall, you can see I'm not seeing any signs of moisture. Maybe in that corner there. But other than that, not crazy. Fenced in backyard. Does look like there's a little bit of damage to the fence there. Got a nice little deck. Okay. Trees in the backyard. I'm seeing 2 here. The gradient looks like it's going towards the house, but it doesn't look crazy, to be totally honest. So that's not all that bad. Let's go back to that picture. Okay, we got vinyl siding that overall looks like it's in decent shape. I'm only seeing one spot where it looks kind of concerning. Roof looks like it's actually in good shape too. I'm not seeing any signs of wear on that roof. Let's get an idea. Where is this at location wise? Okay. This is kind of just south of Ashworth. This home actually backs up to I-35, but it looks like there's a decent buffer. So this would be one of those ones that um it looks like it's a really, really good buffer, but we would have to go out there and kind of see if we can hear I-35 at all from inside the house. I kind of doubt it with how much of a buffer there is here. You are just west of 50th, just south of Ashworth. So location-wise, this is awesome. You're gonna be a really, really quick drive to Jordan Creek. You're within walking distance of bike trails, which is awesome. Is there anything else I'm missing here location-wise? That spiral staircase is really cool. Kids might get hurt on it, but I love a spiral staircase. Spiral staircases are sweet. My dad is already commenting. He says he wants to make an offer. Dad, which one do you want to make an offer on? You're gonna have to clarify that. Jared is commenting saying, could either of these be good rentals? Possibly. Maybe the West Des Moines one. The West Des Moines one, honestly, rents in West Des Moines are pretty high. Looking at 272. The 1% rule would say if you were to buy that at 272, you would need to rent it out for 2,700, which seems high, but you would get somewhere close to that. So maybe the tough part about the search I set up as far as looking for rentals, is I'm looking for a decent amount of square footage. And the bigger the house you get, the higher the price goes up. And then it's kind of hard to make that 1% rule fit. But it could be one of those things that you buy this, put some sweat equity into it, fix it up, upgrade, but keep this as a rental. And then the numbers start to really, really make sense. Jared, would be an answer to your question there. Let me check on. All right. Friends, I got to put myself on mute again because I got to make a phone call to schedule a showing, not from this live stream, but while I'm making this phone call, I want everyone to comment if they want to see a particular neighborhood or see any particular style of house. Does that sound good? That sounds good to me. Cool. I'm going to mute myself once All right. I successfully did my job. You guys want to look at some more houses? I see some people watching, so don't be afraid to make some. Oh, Dad wants to see some country homes. Let's do this. Let's go to that search I had set up. And guys, I hate to be a buzzkill, but my wife just texted me asking questions. So we might be Let's see of the search I set up, let's see which one has the biggest yard, which is this one. This is 1643 Rutherford Court, Southwest Altoona. Okay. This has a half an acre lot. This is a big house too. Well, this is at 379. What do we got? Price per square foot is 193. Okay. Let's look at some pictures here. This has been listed for 126 days. Typical 2-story. This is one of the more common floor plans I always see. Walk in the front door and the stairs are right to your left, and the stairs are kind of cutting the floor plan right in the middle. There's some more modern ones you see where the stairs will be to the side, but this is very common. This is like a front office area, sitting area. You got an open kitchen that opens up into a dining area. You got your sliding glass door back there. Okay, you see the living room over there. Older cabinets, but they look like they're in good shape. Stainless steel appliances, awesome. Electric stove. Comment if you would rather go gas or electric stove. I love a gas stove, but I have some clients that don't want to see it. I like this. This is where the half bath is. Right next to that living room instead of under the stairs. Those ones that are under the stairs are always small. Tiny, tiny half baths. Oh, it's partial bath. Cool. Okay. Master bedroom. That looks like a queen bed, but there's plenty of space by it. So that's a decent size master bed. Attached closet, walk-in closet. This is the second bedroom. That looks like a full-size bed. They're Chiefs fans, so that's always a positive. Okay. Some decent-sized spare bedrooms here. That's your bathroom. Is that the same bathroom? That's not the same bathroom. This looks like the ensuite bathroom. That's a double vanity. This looks like the other bathroom that's upstairs. No double vanity, but you have a lot of counter space there. This is your backyard. It is a big backyard, my friends. Big, big backyard. Look at that. You want a little space, but still live pretty close to the Des Moines Metro. This looks like a good option. It's 3 cars attached. Let's see if there's any other. Huge backyard. Yep. Cul-de-sac. Oh, it's on a cul-de-sac. Let's go. All right. What is that? Okay. What does it back up to? Okay. If we look at this picture here, that's a senior living facility. That is not an apartment building, which I thought at first that that's what that might be. I'd rather have a senior living facility right behind me than an apartment building. Those senior living people do get crazy, but they don't get as crazy as an apartment building would. So that is not a bad option. Let's see here. I'm going to do this on the fly. Let's go. Acreages. Let's see what's listed. Let's look 1 to 10 acres. Let's see if we can find anything 1990 or newer. Let's look just Polk County, Warren County, Dallas County. Let's do, what other parameters should we set up here? Let's do the same thing. Let's do no crawl space. Let's do what? Let's do no crawl space, no slab. Let's see what we get here. Let's look at this little thing in Milo. 17283 S23 Highway Milo. Small little ranch house. What year is this built? This is 2007. Okay. We got some honey oak trim. We got a fireplace right in the middle there. It's always cool when they put it right in the middle. Galley kitchen, white appliances. We got a gas stove, though. Jared is saying that the number 4 way to get off the stream is that Jen gets her real estate license. I like that idea. Jen should get her real estate license. I got a call, but it's spam. So that's unfortunate. You can always call in. There's a link in the comments to call in if you want. Let's see here. How many square feet is... Ooh, we got a jacuzzi tub with a shower in there. Okay. Oh, that is a clean basement, my friends. That's a higher ceiling right there. This is begging for someone to come in and finish this up. Oh, wow. That's some potential right there. That's all I'm seeing is potential. This one is listed by Leela Bales in iRealty Indianola. We've got 1.3 acres, 1,400 on the main, 3 beds, 2 baths on the main. So it's another 1,400 in the basement. Ooh, I did not see this in the picture. So it's 1 car attached, but oh, there's an outbuilding. Perfect. There's an outbuilding and some cool sheds. There's parking exclusively for Elvis fans. I like that. Deck needs a little bit of work. Guys, this is there's a lot of clients I know that this is kind of the dream, you know? Come into something like this. You could take this basement and add another bedroom, living room, and bathroom. So you get it up to 4 beds, 3 baths with another living room. And you're on 1.3 acres. And you're completely surrounded by farmland. You're just minutes outside of Milo, south side of Milo. You're 10, 15 minutes away from Indianola, which means you're then this is probably 45 to 50-minute drive away from Des Moines. But you're close to Indianola. You shouldn't be too far away from... Not too far away from Knoxville. I don't know, guys. That acreage kind of stands out. That's a good find here. Let's go back to my deal hunt and search. I'm going to check comments really quick. Dad, you're going to have to clarify what you said nope to. What did you say nope to? I got 4 people watching. I love it. Love it so much. If you want to get me off this stream, all you have to do is call that number or comment saying, I want to schedule a buyer consultation or I want to see a specific house. That's all you have to do. Otherwise, we're at a streaming time of 30 minutes right now, and I'm going to keep going. Dad, do you know how cheap paint is? Do you know how cheap paint is? I know you know how to paint. The secret of painting is just you have to be patient. You know, you can fix paint. It's harder to move walls. It's harder to add basement, bedrooms, and bathrooms, like I was talking about. But paint, trim work, flooring, that stuff is all relatively easy. It can be switched pretty easily. Let's see here. Bo is saying that Jared needs to pipe down. I don't know if I agree with that. Jared, you keep doing your thing. Bo, I'm sorry about your Niners. Okay? I'm genuinely sorry. I like Brock Purdy as a person. All right, let's go. We're going to switch this back. All right, 4398 Lexington Drive in Pleasant Hill, Iowa. This is listed by Hannah Nicholson and Cheryl Chambers at Iowa Realty Knoxville. Pleasant Hill. This is listed, has been listed for 59 days. It's at $275. Listed price per square foot is $233. We got a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house, split foyer, metal siding. I don't know. I don't personally have a real preference between metal and vinyl. I think they're pretty much a similar quality to them. This is a 2-car detached garage. This is a walkout. Okay. Walkouts, in my opinion, add value. Southeast Polk School District. Okay. We've got anything. We got direct access to a biking and hiking trail. That is awesome. That's one of my dreams personally, is to be able to walk and be quickly accessible to a biking trail / hiking trail. Tons of mature trees, cool. You're really, really close to Iowa State Fairgrounds, but you're not that close, which honestly would kind of sort of be my preference. It's only a few weeks of the year, but in my experience, dealing with that is kind of not the best. So looks like they did some waterproofing in the basement. Let's look at pictures. Metal siding looks like it's in decent enough shape. Got some cool. Those windows look newer too. All right, typical split foyer. Walk up, just to the left is your living room area. How much was this? $1,100 on the main. For $1,100 on the main, that's a pretty big kitchen. Yeah, you have no pantry, but you have plenty of counter space, plenty of cabinets, and you get a nice little dining area here. That's a solid kitchen. Stainless steel fridge, electric stove, stainless steel. They don't believe in microwaves, but they do have a really nice KitchenAid. Oh, there's the microwave. That's bedroom. Jacuzzi tub. Let's go. Jacuzzi tub. Both those spare bedrooms don't look very big, but it's $1,100. So, yeah, let me see here. All of those bedrooms are on the main. Where's the primary? That's probably the primary right here. Okay. Big dining room area, big kitchen, decent sized living room. Bedrooms are smaller. This is a living room area. It's tiled, which is nice. In the worst case scenario, you do have issues with moisture in the basement. That's really, really nice. There's lots of different stuff you can do down here in this basement. Looks like there's plenty of open area, and they got plumbing for a sink right there, countertop to do all sorts of stuff with. You can kind of make that your own. There's your detached garage. I'm assuming, yeah, walks out right here to your detached garage. So you park, walk right in there. Nothing crazy. There's that trail right off the backyard. Let's see here. God, I love backing up to a trail in a park because there's nothing behind this house. No annoying neighbors behind your house, which is awesome. Any of you guys been getting a lot of spam calls lately? I've been getting a lot of spam calls lately. The busiest street that this is, well, okay. This is just west of Pleasant Hill Boulevard and just north of East Oakwood Drive. So you are pretty close to the fairgrounds. Fairgrounds are just west of here. So not bad. Check comments. Jared and Bo are fighting in the comments. Love to see it. Love to see the engagement, guys. Thank you. Okay. What do you say we go to the next house? I like that one, though. 275 to back up to a trail, and you're in Southeast Polk School District. Roof doesn't look too bad. I'm not seeing any, from the photos, I'm not seeing any obvious signs of wear on the roof. Kind of a thing to think about, and I'm not saying that this has this issue. Whenever you see trees in the front yard like this, there's a small chance that the sewer scope, depending on where it runs, has roots going into it. That's why I always recommend getting a sewer scope, because you just never really know until you get it done. Oh, we're in Grimes, 401 Northwest Valley Drive in Grimes, listed at 279. This is a split level house. The split level versus split foyer. I love a split level versus split foyer. This is heated. I'm just pointing out things I see right away. This is heated by electric force air and hot water instead of your normal gas furnace. Electric bill might be a little higher because of that. Durability wise, those units can be a little bit better sometimes. Cement board siding, which is really good to see. 3 beds, 1.5 baths, and the half bath is on the first level. So your second level that has all the bedrooms on it only has 1 full bath. Could be a deal breaker for some people, but listed price per square foot on this one is $194. 2-car attached garage. Love to see cement board siding. This is listed by Irene Smith, Iowa Realty, Ankeny. We're in Grimes. 4 levels in the split level. We got some new floors, new gutter guards, new roof. Heck yes, new roof, new roof, new roof. Yard is well taken care of. Fenced in backyard. And sellers are offering $5,000 credit. The siding does look like it's in good shape. This is your living room that you would walk into. Narrow trim. Might need a little bit of paint. Cabinets look like they're in good shape. Some mismatch appliances. Nothing crazy though. That's not too bad. Why I like a split level. I like a split level. They feel more like a ranch to me than the split foyer. I like being able to walk in and just be on a level. I don't like the split foyer where you're walking in on the landing. Those cabinets do look like they're in good shape. We got a fireplace down here in the second living room. Got some wood paneling. Nothing crazy though. This is the half bath that's in that lower level. Looks like you got some storage there. Carpet's a little worn in this bedroom. Big bedroom though. Same thing. Same thing. Looks clean. Looks really, really clean. Basement looks clean as well. Oh, they are not joking about this yard, guys. You see a single weed in this yard? Props to them. When was this listed? Okay, this has been listed for 205 days. Let's see here. This is a nice yard. The thing to not underrate with this house is the new roof, new gutters, siding's in great shape. What was I going to look at? Oh, I was going to look at pricing history. This is originally listed at $324, so it's gone all the way down to $280. I'm gonna look at one thing really quick. Automated value on this is saying that it's worth closer to $285. I don't know. I feel like you're going into that one, putting some new carpet in, new paint. It's going to look like a totally different house. And I think you get a really, really good deal. Let's see where this is at in Grimes. Just north of West 1st Street. It's not by anything crazy. Looks like one of the neighbors has a pool, so you can look forward to that. What side of Grimes are we in here? You're just on the west side of Grimes. Not too bad. Jared or Bo also said we all agree we like Brock, not Jared. I agree with Jared saying we can like both. I don't agree with Jared saying go Packers. It's kind of where we're at with that. We're going to keep plugging away, guys. Let's keep looking at some houses. We have been on. We're at 43 minutes now. I don't know if I have enough Monster for this. I take requests, so you can always call in if you want to talk live about something you're looking for. Let's spin the wheel. Oh, here we go. 905 8th Street Northwest in Bondurant. Okay. This is a DR Horton build. This one's not even done yet. The listing by DR Horton. Harvest Moon's in Bondurant. We got 3 beds, 2 baths on the main. Basement's unfinished. This was built last year. Is this done? I'm just really, really quickly trying to verify that this one's done. Looks like they have. This one is completed. Vinyl siding, DR Horton for the most part, unless they're in certain developments, always does vinyl siding. 2-car attached. And this is 1272 on the main. So is this their Hamilton plan? This is the Aldrich. So this is a little bigger than the Hamilton. Main floor laundry, decent size ensuite bathroom, decent size closet. Not the biggest master bedroom in the world. Spare bedroom. Kitchen opens up right into your living area. You got enough space for decent sized dining table. It is a little tight next to that slider, but you get a new construction home, and this is listed at $280, 220 per square foot. I'm not gonna lie, guys. This might be one of the only new construction homes that shows up on a search like this. So if you want new construction, and Bondurant is an option, that is for sure one to think about. D.R. Horton does all sorts of promotions for seller credit as well. So that, yeah. Yard is 0.11 acres. So like for perspective, some of the other ones we were looking at were quite a bit bigger. That Lexington Drive one had 0.46 acres. So that Lexington Drive, that yard is 4 times bigger than this D.R. Horton one. These are the kind of conversations you have to have when looking at houses. What's important? How are you going to sort it all out? Because you can get into new construction on a good budget. Under $300,000 for new construction is awesome, but there's always going to be some sort of trade-off. For example, yes, this is new construction. Everything is brand new, which is awesome. You have a new roof, new everything. You've got 1,200 finished on a 0.11 acre lot. So stuff to think about. This is kind of sort of that's on the northwest side of Bondurant. So you're kind of a decent amount away from the main drag, which is kind of awesome. Backside of the development. He wants to make an offer. Let's offer on something, Dad. I'm loving how many people are watching this live. Please call so I can end this live stream or comment saying that you want to buy our consultation. I love looking at houses though. This is why I got into the job. I love analyzing. I love looking at pros and cons, and I love talking to buyers about pros and cons and figuring out what's the right fit. Because even if, like, hypothetically, this Bondurant one, this DR, they probably have made more than one of these floor plans. They probably have this floor plan listed multiple times. But even when you're comparing that floor plan, they're on different lots, they're in different locations. So even if you take the same exact floor plan, if it's somewhere else, there's still pros and cons to analyze. That's kind of the fun of it. This job's amazing. I wouldn't trade this job for the world. We got any more comments? I'm getting a phone call. I'm going to put this on mute. Okay, hey, shout out to you guys for staying on the stream while I was taking a call. They I am scheduling a showing, but not from the live stream, so we're gonna keep on going. We're at 56 minutes, and I'm gonna check the comments really quick, and then we're gonna keep looking at houses. We got nothing crazy going on in the comments. I would like to see more crazy stuff going on in the comments, to be totally honest. All right, let's look at 504 North 15th Street in Indianola. This is listed by Keller Williams, Marsha Munger. Sorry. We've got 4 bedrooms, 2 baths, or 3 baths, 2.5 baths. 2.3 acre lot, 1998 build, 2-story house, 105 days on market. This is the best listing price per square foot that I think we've seen so far. This is listed at 285. How much? 1881 square foot finish between the first and the second floor, and then we got another 350 in the basement. Whoa. 2-car attached garage, Indianola. What part of Indianola is this in? We're on the opposite side of 65 from their town square. So you're on you're more towards the south side of Indianola too. So if you're someone that's driving to Des Moines, you do have to go through quite a bit of stoplights going up 65 to get to Des Moines or get out of town. Something to think about, but nothing crazy. Let's look at pictures. Vinyl siding looks like it's in good shape. Decent sized patio back there. Fenced in backyard. Kitchen kind of opens up into the living room here. Laundry is on the main floor, not in the basement. It's really nice. That's your half bath. That's the kitchen with the little dining table in it. It's not the biggest dining area, but not the smallest I've ever seen either. So that's not bad. Appliances look like they're in really good shape. Electric again. That's a big fridge, or the photo is an extremely wide angle. Hard to tell. That's a king size bed, I believe. So that's a pretty big bedroom. Double vanity. That's another bedroom. Doesn't look too small though. Decent sized bath. That's a big living room. Basement living room. You can do tons of cartwheels through this basement. That's a big living room. Look at how big that sectional is. Oh, foundation walls look like they're in great shape. Same thing, slight gradient towards the house. But I think it levels off enough where it won't be a big concern. They got the extra pad there on the driveway too. So it's 2-car attached, but you got that extra little parking spot there. I wonder. I'm looking at that roof. No disclosure on the roof. We're getting another phone call. Maybe. They weren't calling me about my live stream. But that's fine. That is totally fine. Let's check comments. Jared dipped out. That's fine, Jared. I appreciate everyone that's watching, though. This is awesome. So awesome. See how much traffic we're getting. And this is kind of up to you guys. I mean, if there's any particular neighborhood, anything you want me to search for house-wise, don't be afraid to ask. I'm doing kind of just a general search, just looking for houses that have more than two bathrooms, bigger than a two-car detached garage. I'm looking for ones that have a basement, and I'm looking for ones that are good deal price per square foot wise and a good deal listing price wise. So, and we're just kind of running through it. As far as this one in Indianola, I think there's a lot of potential in this. This is a great price per square foot, built in 1998. Basement looks like it's in amazing shape. Big old living room in that basement there. That's awesome. Roof looks a little older, but that's something you could get an inspection done and kind of see what the inspector's opinion is on that. But this might be one of the only ones we've seen with 4 bedrooms so far as well, too. So that's awesome. We're going back to Ankeny. This is a 2020 build. Is there any way? This was built by D.R. Horton in 2020. 1,600 square feet. Basement's unfinished. Price per square foot is $172. This has been listed for 175 days on market. They have done 2 price decreases, it looks like. This is listed by Derek Fieldhouse and Remax Concept, Northwest Ankeny. Only 5 years old. 3 beds, 2.5 baths. Yeah, daylight lot. So that means that there's going to be a decent amount of light coming into the basement there. Got a walk-in granite countertops. Let's look at some pictures. Yard still looks like it's in great shape. Driveway still looks like it's in great shape. Vinyl siding. They got a dining area right there. That's a big island. And you got that walk-in pantry that they talked about just to the right there. This living area is not huge, but it's that nice vinyl flooring throughout the whole main here. No mismatch flooring, nothing like that. So that's awesome. This is what I was talking about with that other 2-story. This is becoming more common, tucking the stairs like somewhere on the side of the house instead of having it cut the floor plan right down the middle. So that's great to see. DR does a really good job. All their bedrooms are huge. Double vanity, just a shower, no tub. That's the primary bedroom. Walk-in closet. This is the other bathroom that would be up on the second floor there. That's where your tub is. The laundry is on that second floor. Awesome. That's spare bedroom. This is the basement foundation. This is already insulated, it looks like. Hopefully it's insulated throughout. Yep. Looks like they got a little bit of framing done to possibly make another bedroom down there because that's an egress window right there. Looks like they started working on that. Those are townhomes that they're showing right there that you'd be next to. That's a big yard and it's graded the way you want to see it. So it's a decent slope, but water is going right way. Water is the enemy. You want water going away from your house. Let's see where this is at location-wise. That is a townhome development right behind it. There's a decent buffer between you and the townhome, though. You are not on a busy road with this development. This is Ankeny? Ankeny. Okay, northwest part of Ankeny. Is it close to anything important? You're just north of 36th Street and just east of 16th. So is that what's right there? Not bad location. You're just northwest of some Ankeny schools. What do you guys think? I think there's two things that are coming out to me here. There's some older homes that are bigger. You get more square footage, but maybe cosmetically it's not in the best shape, or you're getting newer homes that have less square footage finish, smaller yards. Where would you lean? What would your gut tell you? I'd love to hear. All right. Let's keep going. 4401 Tawana Drive. This is in Des Moines. This is the first Des Moines listing that we've got. Northwest Des Moines. How far northwest? This is kind of in your Merle Hay, Meredith area. You are just east of Merle Hay Mall here. Just west of Beaver Ave, actually. So kind of right between Merle Hay and Lower Beaver neighborhoods. Not a bad pocket to be in, to be totally honest. You're just popping on Merle Hay, and you can get to I-35 from there. So not a bad location. We got vinyl siding, 2-car attached garage, 1,264 square feet finish. This was built in 1987, 182 days on market. We are Johnston School District, which is nice. We got a wood burning fireplace. This is listed by J.C. Wilson, Platinum Realty. Let's look at some pictures. That's that wood burning fireplace. Nice little cozy living room there. That is a big deck. Once again, graded away from the house. I love it. Love to see it. Love to see water going away from the house. Another picture of the living room. I like this color of wood floor. Or vinyl, whatever it is. It's hard to tell through the pictures. They got some modern finishes on the cabinets here. Those look like new cabinets. And that looks like some sort of hard finish. Quartz, maybe. Countertop. Nice backsplash. Cool sink feature. We got a gas stove. Love it. Love it. Love a gas stove. Dining area, decent dining area. And then the counter is deep enough to have some stools there. Decent size. Primary, that looks like a queen bed. But it looks like it's big enough to have a king. That's a spare bedroom. Not the biggest spare bedroom in the world. That's a little bit bigger. That's a basement bedroom. That'd be a great guest room or office. Another bathroom. This all looks like it's in really good shape. A little bit of extra living room area. Is that that's the furnace. Storage shed. Guess this is a nice little 2-story house. Love the brick accents. Driveway looks like it's in good shape. My dad's probably not watching, but anytime you're offering on a home with uh, a wood burning fireplace, and it's important to you that that wood burning fireplace works, that is a totally separate inspection that you have to schedule. Your typical home inspector cannot inspect a wood burning fireplace to make sure it's safe to run. All a typical home inspector can do is tell you if there's actively a problem with water leaking into it or if there's an obvious structural issue with the wood burning fireplace. But if you want to have someone say, yes, you can run this wood burning fireplace, or no, you can't run this wood burning fireplace, it is a totally separate inspection. Something to keep in mind. Whoever is watching, tell me what homes you want to see, or share. You could share this to help me find a buyer and help me stop live streaming because we're at an hour and 15 minutes and I'm running out of Monster Energy drink. So we got another person popping in. Tell me what homes you want to look at. We looked at, this is a pretty nice little 2-story in Des Moines. I think there's lots of potential with this one. 753 Knowles Court. We got another Knowles Court listing. Okay. We've got, this has been listed 75 days on market. It's listed just under 290, 201 per square feet finished. We've got 1440 above ground finish. Basement is unfinished. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 2.5 baths to be more exact. 2-car attached, vinyl siding. Brick fireplace. Ooh, primary bedroom has access to a balcony deck. We're going to need to check that out. Basement is finished. Okay, all the big ticket items have been taken care of. New vinyl siding, new windows, new gutters, new garage door, composite deck on the rear, new LVP flooring. Bathroom vanities have been replaced. This is close to Jordan Creek Mall, close to bike paths, close to schools. There's a neighborhood park blocks away. This is listed by Daniel Swaim at Swaim Appraisal. Decent size living room. Flooring does look nice. That's a new LVP flooring. We got the tile in there too. As long as you stay on top of tile, tile's awesome. Stairs are right to the right when you walk in. I love that it's not cutting the floor plan in half. Stainless steel appliances, tile flooring in the kitchen. Cabinets are older, but they look like they're in good shape. Synthetic countertop does not look like a hard surface countertop or stone countertop. Little open little counter there. That's your half bath that's on the main. This is the stairs that go up. Flooring looks nice. Paint looks new. This is the balcony that you go at through your primary bedroom. That just looks like a full-size bed. King bed might be kind of tight, but you can definitely get a queen-size bed in there. Got a fan in that bedroom. Perfect. That's that new vanity that they were talking about. And bonus points, there's actually a separate room for your toilet and shower. So that's kind of nice. This is the rec room that they made in the basement. All sorts of fun stuff there. Got a backyard that slopes towards the house. Let's see if they have a good picture of it. Looks like they fixed the grading a little bit once it gets towards the house. There's that balcony. Imagine waking up in the morning and standing on that balcony looking out over your kingdom. That's a dream. That's a dream of mine. Nice little composite deck there, decent size. Huh. Love it. This is same one on Knowles, so this backs up to I-35 as well. But you're in a great location. You're just west of 50th Street, just north of Ashford, or just north of EP True. They weren't lying. This is very close to the bike trails, and it's yeah, that's awesome. You're gonna be minutes away from Jordan Creek. You're a really, really quick drive to Hy-Vee on 50th and Mill Civic. Probably takes you 4 minutes to drive there. You're minutes away from 235, so you could get pretty much anywhere quickly from here. My back's starting to hurt. The tavern is really, really close to here. If you guys like pizza, the tavern. Shout out to the tavern. We need more comments. People tell me what to do, what to look at here. Or just call me and say you want to look at a house. Let's do another one. 3316 12th Avenue Southwest in Altoona. This has been listed for 123 days, $228 per square foot finished. Just listed under $290. 2-car attached garage. This is a DR Horton. This is a new construction from DR Horton. Is this the same floor plan? This is the Aldrich plan again. So we looked at one of these already. This is another Aldrich plan that they have. This one's a little bit more. The yard is bigger on this one. So just like I was talking about, comparing apples to apples, this is the same exact floor plan, same exact development, but you get a little bit bigger yard with this one. So that's nice. But let's go back and see if we can find that other one. That other Aldrich plan was listed for other Aldrich plan was listed for $10,000 less. So you're paying $10,000 more for 0.04 more acres. So is that a fair trade-off? I don't know. I really don't know. What do you guys think? Vinyl siding again. This is a all white exterior with some cool black shutters. Let's flip through pictures of this again. Very cool. All brand new. This is new construction. Altoona. Apparently it's got some good deals on new construction. Maybe that's where you should look if you're desperate for some new construction. Kurt, I see you comment saying all the older homes you love are in Des Moines area, but want to stay in the Ankeny for schools. What about Johnston School District? There's some really cool Des Moines homes that are Johnston schools. Very, very cool finishes and everything like that. So that's definitely something to check out, Kurt. Definitely something to think about. Before I go to the next house, I'm going to go to the bathroom. So I'm going to put this up, be right back, bathroom break. And yeah, I'll be right back. I see someone is watching. You can call or comment. I take requests if there's any particular house you want to search for. I am on this live stream until someone says they want to go tour a house, or until someone schedules a buyer consultation with me, or until my wife tells me to log off. Who knows which one's going to happen first, but I'm having fun looking at houses. I can tell you that for sure. I'm checking up on messages, but comment with the next house you want me to. Checking messages. We are at an hour 30 of live streaming. Let's look at some more houses. Well, let's check comments first. Nothing crazy there. Bo gave me a shout out saying great work on the live stream. Thank you, Bo. I appreciate it, buddy. Pat, let's look at more houses. 2907 East 43rd Street in Des Moines. This is Southeast Polk School District. 1999 build. This has been listed for 212 days. Listed price per square foot is $193. That is a great price per square foot. 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, unfinished basement, 0.229 acres, vinyl siding. This is listed by Keller Williams, Bruce Kalasek. We got an updated 4-level split corner lot. Nice. Love to see a corner lot. New vinyl siding in 2024. Vinyl windows. Newer roof. Awesome. New HVAC system. Guys, this is looking promising. Let's look at some pictures. The driveway was replaced? Oh, yeah. Part of the driveway was repaired. Heck yeah, my friends. Look at this, too. Look at that. When they put that new AC in, they lifted it up off the ground. That's a great way to make sure it stays leveled, make sure it doesn't get messed with, make sure it doesn't get dirty or clogged up. We got a fenced-in backyard. That new vinyl siding looks super nice. Heck yes. Look at that big corner lot. Okay. Good sized living area right when you walk in. All right. Yep. Split level. Very common split level design. Look at those countertops. Look at those newer cabinets. Stainless steel appliances. Those appliances look all new. Electric stove. Nice little backsplash there. This is a big living room. Gas fireplace. Half bath there. There's your laundry room, which is on that second level down. It's not in the basement. That's your primary bedroom. It's really hard to tell how big this is with the pictures. Decent sized closet. That's another bedroom. That one looks a little smaller. That's your other bathroom. Everything looks so clean. Yep, foundation looks like it's in good shape. That's a water softener right there. Okay. Water heater furnace. Guys, that's a big lot. Deck's good size. Fenced in. Where is this at location-wise? It's very southeast part of Des Moines. This is just north of Grays Woods. Okay. Just south of Capitol Heights neighborhood. What is this right here? Just to the east of this is a bunch of agricultural land. I kind of like it. You are just east of what golf course is that? That would be Grandview. Grandview Golf Course. You're just east of Grandview Golf Course. Love it. Yeah, heck yeah. That was 2907 East 43rd Street. Spin the wheel. 3417 East 53rd Court. This is in Southeast School District as well, with Des Moines address. It's been on market for 127 days. Listed at 290. Split level house as well. These are, oh my gosh, these are very similar houses. 199 per square foot finish. This was built in 2004. Vinyl siding. This is in an HOA. Is there an HOA fee? $125 a year for the HOA. This is listed by Jessica Keister at Remax Concepts. Got a split level home. We've got some vaulted ceilings, LVP flooring, granite countertops, stainless steel appliances. We got a new roof in 2020. Awesome. Southeast Polk School District, like I said. Oh, we got to look at this backyard first. Let's look at the backyard first. We got a basketball hoop. That's the American dream right there. Let's have a basketball hoop in the driveway. Look at that. Look at that deck. Imagine having a party back there with a 6-pack of sodas. That's awesome. Vinyl siding looks like it's in good shape. Not seeing any, based on the pictures, I'm not seeing any wear. Water is the enemy. We got water running away from the house. Perfect. How big is this lot? Okay, it's just 0.16. It looks bigger than that. Okay, we got potential for water just to sit right here, but it's running away from the house. So let's look really quick. Let's look at the flood map. No concerns on the flood map. Cool. I love that. That flooring looks sharp. Vaulted ceilings. I love a split foot level house so much more than a split floor. Stainless steel appliances, like I said, those cabinets look like they're in great shape. That is quartz countertops. We got a nice backsplash here. That's awesome. That's a cool sink too. Geeking out over the little things here. Decent sized dining area. You could use this space a little bit more efficiently. If you're just a couple, you move this table up against that railing and only use 3 of the spots. Then when you have guests over, move the table away. Make that space feel bigger. Okay, a little bit of an accent in that bedroom. Painting looks fresh. There's no dings and stuff like that. Carpet looks like it's in good shape. Got a fan in basically all the bedrooms here. Very underrated to have fans in all your bedrooms. I'm seeing some difficult painting there, but paint is cheap. Paint is cheap, cheap, cheap. Guys, I'm liking this one. Southeast Polk School District, Des Moines address. It's a decent sized master bedroom. Just one sink in that bathroom. No double vanity. Big countertop, though. Hey, my friends, we scheduled a showing for Sunday. But I'm going to keep going because it's not from this live stream. Let's see. This is probably in this very similar location. Doesn't back up to anything weird. It's just a little farther east than that one that we just looked at. So you're still really close to that Grandview Golf Course. You're really close to Hickman. Pretty close to University as well. Really close to Altoona. I mean, this is about as far east as you could get in Des Moines without being in Altoona. Pretty much. So what that means is you're like 5 minutes away from Prairie Meadows and Adventureland. Who doesn't want to live next to Adventureland or Prairie Meadows? It's my favorite place to play, honestly. Honeybee Ridge in Des Moines, 4427. This was built in 2025. This is a Hubble home. This is the first new construction one we've seen that's not DR. We're at 189 per square foot finish. That's a deal for new construction. Holy moly. Two-car attached garage, two-story house, vinyl siding. This is listed by Hubble Homes, obviously. This is the Lansing floor plan that they got in Grover Woods. So where is this at location-wise? Grover Woods, this looks like a smaller development, which is kind of nice, honestly, to be not a huge development. This is just south of Broadway Avenue, just north of Capitol. So kind of a similar area, northeast, pretty close to Altoona, really, really close to Prairie Meadows, really close to Adventureland as well. Patio could be bigger. Sod looks like it's taken on okay. That's a decent sized picture window instead of just your normal double pane or I'm blanking on the word for it. What size is this lot? This is 0.15. It's kind of crazy because this is a 0.15 lot, and we just looked at that one that was 0.16, and this lot seems a lot smaller, but it's because the front yard's bigger. Driveway looks like it doesn't have any cracks in it yet, which is good. That's a decent sized living area. Decent sized countertop. That's hopefully a walk-in pantry, or a pantry at least. Kitchen is kind of small, tucked in the corner there, but you're anything like my household, only one person's cooking at a time, so it's not going to get too crowded. A little bit of an accent by the fireplace there. I'm going to point out too, in the comments, I commented a link for you guys to call in, or you can just call me on my phone number. It's posted right there. If you want to look at anything specific, you could just comment on the post too. I should see it. Sometimes this system is slow at telling me this is the primary bedroom, decent sized bedroom, double vanity. I love when you can tell they're using a wide angle lens because you see things weird like this with the toilet. I mean, it's a new construction house for under $200 per square foot finished. That's kind of awesome. No fans in the bedrooms. That's one of the things you'll notice with new construction. That's an easy way for them to save money, is to not put fans in the spare bedrooms. But that's an easy project for you to take on later. Because the fan thing doesn't really matter until you have older kids sleeping in the room. Basement is unfinished, but basement walls are insulated. That's stubbed for a bathroom right there in that corner. It looks like you got 2 egress windows. So there's some flexibility as far as finishing it. I like this pocket of Des Moines. These neighborhoods that have these newer construction homes that are in the Southeast Polk School District. Really, really close to Altoona. Altoona, I mean, you got all that shopping with the outlet mall. You got Prairie Meadows for entertainment. You got Adventureland for entertainment. You have a movie theater over there for entertainment. And most importantly, you have Texas Roadhouse. And there's a Poncheros over there too. Love a Poncheros. Can you guys tell I'm getting tired? We're at an hour 40. I'm going to call in some reinforcements. We're at an hour 40 for live streaming. We have looked at 14 houses. Let's look at 15. We're in Grimes. 1016 Southeast 5th Street in Grimes. This is listed at $295 basically. This has been listed for 95 days. Built in 1999. Split level house. This is listed by Stephanie Finney at Goldfinch Realty Group. Great brokerage. Great brokerage. Fully fenced backyard. All appliances are newer. Kind of an underrated thing to go into a house and know your appliances are newer. Lifespan of appliances, if you don't take care of them, can be as short as 3 years. So having all new appliances is nice. They got a detached workshop on this. I can't wait to see pictures of that. They got a newer roof. HVAC system was replaced in 2023. So obviously cosmetic stuff is awesome, but I love to see a listing where the roof has been recently replaced, the HVAC has been recently replaced, and I love to see that there is no issues with the foundation. That's part of the reason that I set up the search to look at homes that are newer than 1978. That's when poured concrete started to become more popular, or at least better foundations than what you'll see typically. This workshop looks like it has electricity running to it, 30 amps, window air conditioner on it. We got to look at pictures of this thing. Back to what I was talking about with the trees in the front yard. depending on where the sewer scope goes through. Decent shape for the driveway. They look like they got a parking pad to the left over there. That is a nice deck. Love a good deck. Look at that workshop. Wait, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Is there... Off of that workshop, they have a nice concrete pad. There's no access from the back, but that's nice if you want to park some stuff through the workshop back there. This is kind of on the southeast part of Grimes. So you are, what is right there? You're kind of really close to that Menards area with this, which is awesome. Newer flooring, it looks like. Cabinet's a little, or kitchen's a little dated. Nothing we can't work around though. Fan. Laundry on the main level. It's a nice little split level house. Okay. We got another new construction house. This is DR Horton again. This is a bi-attached house. Okay, so you're gonna have a shared wall with someone, but it's still single family. This is in their Ruby Rose HOA. This is in Des Moines, Northeast, Southeast Polk School District. Everything we've been looking at is in this neighborhood, apparently. In this area, 2605 Brookview Drive. This is listed at $295, $235 per square foot finish. So that's one of the higher ones we've seen so far. But the basement on this one is finished. So we're looking at $1,253 on the main level. This is a ranch, $646 in the basement. This is okay. 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. Okay, 2 of them are on the main. 1 of them's in the basement. This is one of their twin homes, so there's a shared wall. Oh yeah, Des Moines. For new construction, there's a really, really good tax abatement for Des Moines. So total square foot finish is like just under 1,900. Yeah, I mean, your only drawback really is the shared wall. Let's look at the floor plan. So your shared wall, where this kitchen cabinet goes up against the wall, that's your shared wall. So it's away from your bedroom, which is good. You want the shared wall to be as far away from your primary bedroom as possible. That's actually a decent sized dining area. Big primary bedroom, glass door in the shower. Awesome. Oh, that's great. Double vanity. Big walk-in closet. Guys, this is a second bedroom. That's not the primary. That's a big bedroom for a second bedroom. That's where your tub is. That's a big living room in the basement. That's your laundry. That's on the main level. That's an office. Yeah, for a buy attached, that's a pretty good deal. Under 300,000 for a new construction. I think we've looked at 5 new constructions that are under 300,000. There might be more, but reminder, I set this up to only look at homes that have been on the market for longer than 42 days. So there might be more options, but there's some decent options for under 300 for new construction. And I would say too, I have this set up for within 30 minutes of downtown Des Moines too. So if you're going even farther out, there's even more new construction options too. If you're location wise looking to get away farther away from Des Moines, something to keep in mind. I am losing my voice. We're at an hour 48. All right. Let's look at 3006. 3006 Timber Hill Court, Des Moines, Iowa. So this is in Des Moines School District. This was built in 2001. This is Des Moines Southeast. Right off the bat, I am seeing that amazing front porch. I love that. This is listed by Audrey Splot. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Audrey. Doc and Don Hawking at Remax Precision or Remax Concepts. Sorry. House of Des Moines Southeast. Anything crazy? Let's look at this location wise because they're mentioning. Oh, they got a cul-de-sac. This is on a cul-de-sac. That's really cool. So, and that cul-de-sac backs up to federally owned property, which is awesome because that means that there's not going to be more stuff built. Where are we at here? Just south of the river, just east of Southeast 14th. You're not too far away from Lake Easter. There's an awesome disc golf course over there. You're not that far away. Where is? You're not that far away from the airport. In this, I believe this is not in the flight path of the airport. So I don't think you're going to have airplanes flying over you. Don't know about that for sure, though. Comment if there's a different area you want to see, but otherwise I'm going to be showing houses. Comment with questions. Comment if you want a tour or something. Call me. I am stuck on this stream until I find someone looking to buy a house. So I'm looking at houses until I find someone like that. That is kind of a cool setup. I'm not going to lie. Open kitchen, open up into this living room. Lots of natural light coming in. Vaulted ceilings. Older appliances. That's a decent sized primary bedroom. Toilet. It has a separate toilet room. This is an office / bedroom that they got set up here. Another bedroom. Fans in all the bedrooms, it looks like. That's a lot of space in the basement. And then another bedroom down there. What do they got going on with this carpet? Carpet looks like it's in rough shape, but carpet's cheap to replace. It's a big yard. How big is this lot? 2.6 or 0.26, sorry. This is kind of a small thing, but seeing this overhang, this hip off of that roof is really, really nice. That's a lot of clearance space to make sure that there's not water. If the gutters get overflown, there's not water just directly hitting your foundation. Kind of a nice touch. Okay. Swing through comments really quick. See if we got anything crazy going on. We got Tyler Springer popping in saying they showed one of the houses. That probably would have been. One of them was around the corner from the famous Marquis Thompson. That's awesome. Chris, I know you're worried about me. Go ahead and share the live stream so we can find a buyer for me and I can get off this live stream. I am getting somewhat tired. Somewhat. So don't be afraid to go ahead and share the live stream. All right. Cool. Let's pop on to the next one. 3105 Southwest Town Park Drive in Ankeny. This is listed at $299, $211 per square foot finished. This has been on the market for 105 days. This house was built in 2001. This is listed by Amy Bird and Remax Precision. Shout out Remax Precision. More Ankeny houses. All right. This is right next to Crocker Elementary and some parks. We got some more vaulted ceilings. Any updates? Okay. Looks like they replaced the back French door. New HVAC and water heater in 2017. Awesome. Roof 2015. So the roof would be 11 years old, which is under that. I'm normally looking for roofs to be under 15 years old, that's a good sign. And it looks like we got some new flooring parts of the house. We got a reverse osmosis system installed. Get those nitrates out of your water with the reverse osmosis system. Okay. Let's look at some pictures. That's good size deck, good size yard. How big is this? 0.15. That's an even better picture of the yard. Got a little fire pit back there. Perugula. What does this back up to? That backs up directly to elementary school. So behind you is just that elementary school. There's no other houses behind you, which is nice. It's on Town Park Drive. This is probably, it's not like you're living on Main Street or anything like that, but the road will be a little busier. Nothing crazy though. Big kitchen, lots of counter space. Stainless steel appliances, got a nice little dining area there. Good size living room. The living room, living rooms like this I love because there is no reason that you have to walk through the living room. So you could set this up furniture-wise in a lot of different ways because you don't have to create walking paths. So you can use a lot more of the space than some of those living rooms that have like a bedroom on the other side or something like that. So that's really, really nice. Lots of light coming in there too. That's some of that newer flooring that they were talking about. This is the primary bedroom. Decent size. Bathroom looks like it has some tile in it. Shower, toilet, sink. Smaller counter on the sink. But it all looks clean. It all looks like it's in good shape. Closet, decent sized closet. This is one of the spare bedrooms. That's another spare bedroom. Fans in both of those bedrooms. This is the other bathroom. Bigger counter on this bathroom. Not as updated, it looks like, though. Basement looks clean. Looks like it has some higher ceilings. Got a sump pump right there. That's your reverse osmosis system. That's your water softener as well. Water heater. Furnace looks newer. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Commented back to Chris. We need some people to share this. Chris did share it. We got people watching. If there's any area specifically you want to look at, but basically I am showing you guys houses on market, showing what kind of good deals there are out on the market right now. There's over 4,000 homes listed in the Des Moines area right now. I'm doing what I call deal hunting. I'm highlighting some that I think would be good fits for buyers that just need a little bit of work, or maybe they don't even need work. They're just listed at a really good price, move in ready, and then you could really make it your own, build some equity, get a good deal in the process. If you want to see anything in particular, if you want me to narrow down the search to something you are looking at, go ahead and comment or call me. As soon as I find someone that wants to tour a home or wants to set up a buyer's consultation, or when my wife tells me to log off, that is when this stream is ending. So here we are. We're at hour 2. I've looked at 17 homes so far, talked to you guys about them. A lot of great deals in Ankeny, a lot of great deals in Des Moines, Southeast Polk School District, Des Moines Johnson School District, and Des Moines Independent. Something, too, to keep in mind with school districts is because of the laws that were changed a few years ago, you can open enroll your kids pretty much any school district you want, with a few exceptions. So something to keep in mind. But like I said, if you want me to tailor this show to anything particularly you're interested in, don't be afraid to comment. Don't be afraid to call. And let's keep boogieing. I'm gonna do one thing really quick, and then we're gonna spin the wheel of destiny. All right, spinning the wheel. Let's see what's next. We got another Ankeny listing, 3018 Southeast Glenbrook Boulevard in Ankeny. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. This is a 2-story, long driveway. This is listed by George Archer at Remax Concepts. He's got it right here in the listing description, guys. This house is listed $500,000 under assessed value. This looks like a little bit of a fixer-upper. Let's look and see. Look and see what we think this needs done. This is built in 2002. Okay, I'm seeing some older carpet. I'm seeing some painting I would want to do. I don't know if there's much to look at with this one, guys. It's been listed for 80 days. We're at 196 per square foot finish. My gut is telling me that we would need to negotiate a little bit on this one. How long has this been listed? 80 days. 80 days, I haven't done a price decrease yet. Just because I'm curious. I'm not going to share it, but I'm looking at the seller's disclosure right now. No disclosures on the age of the roof. They did some repairs to the AC. This would be one we would have to tour, kind of get an idea of what we think, how good a shape it's in. But let's spin the wheel. $47.71, 172nd Street in Urbandale. This is another twin home, but it is new construction. This has been listed for 204 days, just under $300,000. This is DR Horton, but this is a 2-story one that they do. So this is 1,700 square feet finished, and the basement is unfinished. Let's look at this floor plan. Your vinyl siding that they typically always do. Decent sized driveway. I really, really like that some of these twin homes that you see, the driveways are connected. And that gets kind of shady because sometimes people like to encroach on your part of the driveway. So I like that there's a clear divide, as dumb as that sounds. That's a big counter. That's a big island. I like that. Dining area looks a little bigger than sometimes what they do. Living room's decent sized. New construction. I want to look at the backyard. Primary bedroom's big. That's a big ensuite bathroom with a double vanity, shower, no tub. Spare bedroom, spare bedroom, spare bedroom. Do they have no fans in the spare bedrooms? Double vanity. I like it. What part of Urbandale is this in? This is at Mallard Prairie. What school district is this? This is Waukee School District, so this is very west side of Urbandale. Yeah, so this is your very west side of Urbandale. You go south just a little jaunt, you're basically in Waukee. Not a bad pocket to be in, honestly. Waukee and Urbandale combined have basically everything you could need. So you're sitting pretty good as far as that goes, location-wise. If you're looking to get into new construction on a budget, I definitely think this is an option. I wonder, that shared wall is by that fireplace there, I believe. Yeah. $6909 Deerview Drive in Urbandale. We're getting into Urbandale now, fellas, friends. This is a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath house. This was built in 1995. This has been on the market 85 days. Look at this list price per square foot, $150 per square foot finish, and the basement's finished. This is listed at $300,000. This is probably the best deal as far as square footage finish that we have seen. This is Jeffrey Hagel at Jeff Hagel Real Estate. Does he have? This is open to all types of loans, so cash, conventional, FHA, BA. Got an island. Got newer appliances. Got the TV on. Not a ton of pictures, but this one is very interesting, my friends. I think this would be one that I want to go tour with someone. Let's see where this is at location-wise. Have they? This was listed originally at $340. They've done 3 price decreases on it. This is just north of I-35 and just east of Northwest 72nd Street, just south of Beaver Creek. So, okay, this is Urbandale. This is part of Urbandale that's basically as close as you get to Johnston without being in Johnston. And then you're really, really close to Merlehay Mall. Yeah. Not a bad location. Not a bad location at all. Let me look. Okay. You're not in the flood zone, but you're just south of it. I want to tour this with someone. Somebody watching. Tell me you want to tour this. All right. Checking in, see if we got any comments. All right, let's go next. 2839 Southwest Chestnut Drive in Ankeny. That's an interesting exterior. We got vinyl siding. We got a big old balcony off the front of the house. Oh, this is listed at $300,000. This has been on the market for 122 days. $210 per square foot finish. This was built in 2006. 1428 between the main and the second level. 600 square feet finish in the basement. This is on a lot that's 0.182. Plenty of bathrooms. This is 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. This is listed by Aaron Rundle and Alicia Waldrod at Keller Williams. 2-car detached garage. Any updates that we're seeing? Let's look at pictures. I love this balcony off the front and the pillars. That's cool. Kind of a narrower driveway. I would bet money that this garage was built. Well, no, maybe it was built when this house was built. That's the living room that you walk into. That's your dining area. A little bit of transition flooring wise. That looks like vinyl. That doesn't look like tile. Got an island. Decent sized kitchen. No, kitchen's kind of small. That door goes out the back, I'm assuming, and this is the primary bedroom? No. That probably goes out to the balcony. Yeah, that goes out to the balcony. That is cool. Look over your domain in the morning. Cup of coffee. This is basement bedroom. Smaller, but good for an older kid. Basement. That bathroom's actually in really good shape. Nice shower with a glass door. Nice washing and drying machine. That's in the basement. This is a nice little living room they got set up in the basement. Carpet looks like it's in good shape. It does extend out, a narrow entry to the driveway, but it does have an extra pad out here. That's a good sized deck. We're on a corner lot. It does back up. The lot does back up to someone else's driveway. It's an interesting house. It's a really unique house. You don't see very many setups like this. Where are we at location wise? So this is just south of Orlabor and just west of State Street, right on that corner. Really close to a business park. Let's look at house number 23. $713 Elizabeth Lane, Northwest in Bondurant. $300,000. This has been on the market 60 days. This was built in 2019. This is listed by Anthony Massman and Jason Mickelson at Century 21. Two-story house. This is 4 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, 2,100 square feet finish. This is on slab. Okay. Smaller lot, 0.10. $2020 build or 2019 build. So nothing on this is too old. I bet I want to look and see. This was a DR Horton, which is what I thought. That's a big living room. Opens up into a dining area, into the kitchen. Lots of natural light coming in. Decent sized island. Appliances are still newer. Quartz countertops. That's a big primary bedroom, my friends. Double vanity with a shower, no glass door. I like the accent that they did here. Look at how much stuff you can store in this closet. We got Owen's bedroom, soon to be someone else's bedroom. Evelyn's bedroom, soon to be someone else's bedroom. I actually really like the accents that they did here. They got fans in all these bedrooms too. That's a bonus room, another bonus room. That's in the basement. Yard all slopes away from the house. Not quite sure how big this patio is because they don't have it all shoveled off, but it looks like a decent sized patio. I like it. I like it a lot. We're at 2 hours and 17 minutes. And my wife has not told me to log off yet. But she might be in like 15 minutes, just to give you guys a heads up. Checking in. Chris is going to bring me over soup. Soup. Good soup. Ooh, I know this floor plan, and I know what builder this used to be. This is 17118 Blue Sage Lane in Urbandale. This is listed at $300,000, $185 per square foot finish. Great deal. 67 days on market. This house was built in 2019. This has 1618 finished on the main and the upper level. This is in Waukee School District, so it's on the very west side of Urbandale. Radiant Point HOA. Let's see, $70 per month for the HOA. You got a 3-bed, 2.5-bath house, smaller lot, 0.07. But this, I believe, used to be a Destiny. This was a Destiny home. This is the Vale floor plan. Yep, this used to be a Destiny home, and this is the Vale floor plan. Look at me go. I know my stuff, guys. Let's see. This was built in 2019, so everything is pretty new, but let's see if they've done any updates since then. Read through the listing description and see what we got. Destiny, we'll see in the pictures. Destiny does a really, really good job with windows. Their windows are typically bigger than a lot of other builders that you'll see at the similar price points. And then you got that balcony off the primary bedroom, which is a big, big plus in my opinion. They also used to build this room where they would finish out that balcony area too. There's all of that. This is really close to Alice's Road, which is close to a lot of parks and trails in Urbandale. So cool. Let's look at some pictures. Waukee Schools, 300,000, and this should be. I'm pretty sure this was cement board siding. That carpet looks like it's still in great shape. Big island. Still looks really, really clean. Which is always kind of your concern with white countertops or white cabinets because they can start to look dingy pretty quick. But this still looks really, really clean. Good amount of lighting. Yeah, like I said, got a nice little ant landing area that you can do unique stuff like this. Washer dryer, that is on the second level. That's a good size bedroom. Same thing. All this carpet looks like it's in great shape. 6 years old. Sometimes you run into people that beat up the carpet a lot, even in 6 years. And this is actually 7 years now. 2019. We're in the year 2026. 7 years old. So that's that balcony. Looks over the front of the house. Comment if you would rather look over the back of the house. Some people would rather look over the back of the house. I'm not spacing off. I'm just looking at comments, guys. I promise. Guys, everything in this house looks like it's in good shape. I mean, I would be immediately building a cooler deck back here. That's what I would do if possible. I like it though. I can tell from this photo. Maybe they took the exterior photos first, but if they opened up these blinds, you would see just how much more natural light would be coming in. Driveway still looks like it's in good shape. Let's look at location. On the very west side of Urbandale. Not too far away from Hickman. Yeah, guys, I like it. Got my Uncle John liking the post. Thanks, John. Let's spin the wheel. Let's look at another house. 4304 Grover Woods Lane in Des Moines. Got a 2-story house. This is listed at $304,900, so basically 305,000. Southeast Polk School District. This is a new construction home. This is Hubble. No HOA fee. So a lot of new construction developments you'll see they're in. They have covenants, and then there's potential for an HOA to be set up later. So that's something to keep in mind. But currently, it has no HOA. We're at 123 days on market, 198 per square foot finished, 1,500 square foot finished, 602 square feet basement, but none of the basement's finished. 2-car attached garage, 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths. Let's look at photos. Actually, a decent sized patio. I like the darker cabinets. No hardware on the cabinets. That's fine. That's pretty cheap to put in. Kitchen's kind of tucked in the corner there. Do they have... Yep, they do have a pantry. So that would be your dining area right in front of the slider there. This is your living room. Quartz countertops. Is that... Ah! This looks like it's on the main level. Decent sized bedroom, Nice big landing. You'll like these landings when you're moving stuff in. All these bedrooms are big. No fans in the bedroom. Double vanity, shower. That's a big old walk-in closet, my friends. Okay, basement, insulated, 2 egress windows, stub for plumbing. This would be pretty easy to finish up. Guys, we looked at 25 houses. Looked at 25 houses. We've been on here for 2.5 hours. I'm calling it. This was fun, though. I have another showing I need to go to. The showing that I mentioned an hour and a half ago on stream that I scheduled. This was fun. I'm going to do this probably monthly. I don't have the energy to do this weekly. I will be doing Thomas Talks weekly still, though. But I think this was awesome, and I appreciate all of you guys so much. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you.